The legend of the Lynx has been unknown until today. The events you are about to see are unedited and are being released to you for the first time ever. The disappearance of these victims still remains unknown today.
And he chased them through the woods, threw them to the ground, and tore their eyes out of their sockets. And that is the legend of the Lynx.
No.
I don't believe it.
I don't know, guys. This could be true. Halloween really spooks me out.
You're not scared, are you, Allison?
What's that? That's just like in the Crucible when they got scared over nothing.
Oh, that's right. You juniors are reading that book in English now, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been doing my Crucible research a little too much. I've been looking into the history of the witches, ghosts, goblins, and vampires.
Have you ever wondered when these witches, ghosts, goblins, and vampires first came about? It might be interesting to take a look into these Halloween creatures. If there's anybody who can help us, it's Miss Garvey. Where do you think witches originate from?
Well, Kevin, the concept of witches have been around for centuries. People used other people as scapegoats and called them witches, and many times they were in a lose-lose situation. If they were proven to be a witch, they were killed, of course, and even proven their innocence. To prove that they weren't a witch, they were killed also. So they've been around for a long, long time, the concept.
Have you ever been accused of being a witch?
There's been talk in the cafeteria at times when kids are discussing Mrs. Garvey's homework. I think I've been called that name before. I think so.
What do you recommend for all the witches living in Webster City?
If I were a witch, I think I'd dress up as Britney Spears this Halloween so I wouldn't be persecuted.
Well, that was some interesting input. Witches actually date back to the 1600s. Accusing of witches was actually quite common back then, but not the type of witches you may be thinking of. These were just normal people who were blamed and hanged for being a witch just because they were different. Now that we know the history behind witches, let's look into some other Halloween monsters like ghosts and goblins. Where do you think ghosts and goblins originate from?
Well, the myth is that they're the souls of the dead trapped in purgatory and that they can get to heaven if they pray hard enough on Halloween.
Have you ever seen any ghosts or goblins lurking around the school after hours?
Yeah, there's this little brown-haired ghost I've nicknamed Tura, and sometimes we hang out when I'm off the floors.
If there were ever any evil goblins trying to take over the school, who would you call?
Well, most people would call Ghostbusters, but I'd call my boy Mike Jones. Phone number's 281-330-8004.
Those who are dead come back as ghosts to try and find bodies to possess. The people in the early days of Ireland came up with wearing ghoulish costumes to try and keep these ghosts from possessing their bodies. This is how we come up with the modern-day tradition of dressing up for Halloween. That's not all the Halloween monsters. There's one more. That's right, vampires. Where do you think vampires came from?
From Tiffany Anderson's basement.
What comes to mind when you think of a vampire? What would you do in a close encounter with a vicious vampire?
I'd probably laugh at it and then run away.
Vampires date all the way back to year 1047. They are commonly known for their pointy teeth that they used to suck blood. They were named after an evil Russian prince. So hopefully you have learned a little bit of history about these Halloween monsters. I'm Kevin Brim, reporting for Wctv, and hopefully this information will set you at ease this Halloween season.
Guys, where did Jake and Reggie go?
That's weird. Maybe they went to get a snack, I hope.
I'm sure they'll be back. Anyway, what are you guys gonna be for Halloween?
I was gonna be a witch, but that idea's shot now.
I'm gonna be a pink Power Ranger.
Hey, that's my idea.
I'm gonna be Dorothy.
I'm gonna be a high school football coach.
Well, here's some more costume ideas for you guys.
With Halloween just around the corner, finding the perfect costume is a must for a spooky night in town. Some dress as their idols, others dress as their worst nightmare. Here's what some WCHS students are wearing. What is your costume for Halloween?
Absolutely nothing.
I'm gonna dress up as a male escort.
A certified taco technician for Halloween.
I was gonna go to Target and buy that miniature Batman costume, you know, with the kids out, and wear that around.
I'm gonna go as Shrek this year. Shrek.
Now that we found out what the students are wearing, let's find out what the WCHS staff wore back. What is your most memorable Halloween costume?
I was a big fan of the Cowboys and Indians, so I was a cowboy one time.
I would have to say Casper the Friendly Ghost. I think I was him back in kindergarten, and I thought I had the best time. Got a lot of candy too. So
I would have to say when my girls were little, still doing Halloween, the whole family dressed up as pumpkins. And
when my family lived in Illinois, it was a small community, and Halloween was a big thing there. They had a whole community party where everybody went to. And my husband and I were two of the Marx brothers. I was Harper Marx, so I couldn't talk.
One year I got to dress up as a cowboy, and I wanted to take Dusty, our Palomino Arabian, out, and Mom wouldn't let us.
Freddy Krueger, gonna get you.
This is Jordan Berkey reporting for WCTV. I think I'm gonna go inside it now. I thought I heard something. There might be something lurking around.
Seriously, guys, where did everybody go?
Allison, relax. They probably just went to go get some more mallows. But it's kind of starting to freak me out, too.
Maybe we really are in danger.
Yeah. Lisa, you are sitting way too close to the fire. You're gonna singe your eyebrows off.
Kevin, not that kind of danger. Dangers in half our group has disappeared.
Yeah, Halloween can be a scary time, so I did some creeping around for some Halloween safety tips.
The leaves are falling, the temperature is dropping. There are rows and rows of costumes, and the employees are busy stocking. Little kids are getting antsy, and it can only mean one thing. Halloween is just around the corner.
What should you watch out for on Halloween?
We're gonna watch out for cars and a lot of guys in black.
We should watch out for... You should watch out for all the scary guys that are gonna kidnap you.
So those sound like some pretty good ideas, but let's talk to a professional and take a trip down to the cop shop. Police Captain Tony Jansen had some good advice on what to watch out for on Halloween.
This Halloween season, expect young people to be out in great numbers. And that's the whole purpose of Halloween and Beggars Night in particular. Expect young people to be running across the street. Expect that their costumes won't fit properly, and expect that their masks will be too small to see out of, or too large to see out of properly. Just expect that young people won't see you as a driver coming toward you.
As a driver, what are some extra safety precautions you should take?
The biggest safety for drivers during the Halloween season is just simply slow down.
So now that we know how to be safe on Halloween, what are your plans?
I'm going to a costume party.
I think I'm gonna go trick-or-treating with my little brothers. Me and some friends are gonna go dress up as Barney and the gang, and we're gonna go scare some little children. Yeah.
What are some things you shouldn't do on Halloween?
You shouldn't go out and scare little kids. You shouldn't eat too much candy.
You shouldn't steal other people's food.
Well, whatever you're up to on this Halloween, remember to
have fun this Halloween. Remember, though, fun has to include be safe. Watch for those little goblins and goblins.
So, I'm Lisa Mobaugh, reporting for WCTV. Hello?
I see you.
Where did everybody go?
Allison, hold me.
See, I told you the legend's true.
One victim narrowly escaped the terror of the links that day, but her spirit still haunts WCHS. 7 days. You're next.